Meanwhile, President Trump is reiterating that these flight cancellations are set to ensure the safety of every American, which is key.
And Peter Doocy joins us now outside of the White House with the latest on that and a new push to reopen the government. Hey, Peter.
Yes, and President Trump is not talking about these cuts at airports like they are a way folks here have figured out to gain leverage over Democrats in the shutdown. Instead, they see these as something that just has to happen when a shutdown drags on this long.
Are you at all concerned that it might not be safe to fly right now? And what do you tell people who are gearing up for
that's why
Thanksgiving?
they're cutting. Yeah, it's a fair question. As Sean Duffy announced, they're cutting in certain areas 10%, and they want to make sure it's 100% safe. That's why they're doing it.
President Trump now insists the Democrats will terminate the filibuster in the first hour if and when they assume control or power. Republicans have what the Democrats want. We should do it now and have the greatest 3 years in history. And when it comes to reopening the government, there is still a huge sticking point.
Well, we're going to see about the shutdown. Look, the shutdown is caused by the Democrats, and we're not going to spend $1 trillion or $1.5 trillion on health care for people that came into our country illegally. They should have, as they've done always in the past, it should have just been extended. It could have been extended very easily.
And we still don't know of any meaningful progress in these behind-the-scenes negotiations between Republicans and Democrats to reopen the government. On the contrary, there are various reports that Democrats privately think that it will benefit them the most to let things drag on a little bit longer, especially now that there are problems at the airports affecting so many more people. Back to you.
Peter, so this new deal that Senator Thune is going to put out there is the first thing really offered in a while. As you just mentioned, you went through it. They're going to fund the Agriculture Department. They would fund the VA with a short-term extension into January. Punchbowl is reporting that Dems plan to walk away from this. Would you be surprised? Is that what your reporting also says?
Yes, there is no reason to think that at this point, with the deal that's being put out there to kind of piecemeal, figure out like the top priorities and piecemeal fund certain parts of the government, like what the president did trying to pay the troops for as long as they can, the votes are not there. And if they want to go down a different path and use these reconciliation packages where they can jam something through with no Democratic support, maybe something happens, but it doesn't sound like there's votes even with the Republicans to do that right now. John Kennedy was on Ingram last night. He said every time that he brings up the reconciliation idea, the leadership dismisses it. And so to your original question, would it be a surprise if these Democrats just walk away at this point? No.
Well, Peter, it guarantees a future vote on Obamacare subsidies. And if this is all about health care, that's their main issue. It guarantees that there will be a vote on that after they fund the government. But still, they just want the $1.5 billion for health care, and that's it? That's all they're going to take?
But, Ainsley, it's one of those things where, is that what this is all about anymore? We know that the first week, that was the Democratic talking point, but we heard less and less and less about it, to the point that a lot of folks are scratching their heads. Like, what is this about? The next couple days, it's going to be about flight delays and who people that are stuck at the airport are going to be the most annoyed with, Republicans or Democrats. And it sounds like the Democrats are willing to roll the dice and see.
Wow.
All right. Thanks, Peter.
You know, it's very clear what they're doing. They're trying to cause maximum pain on the American people. When you look at it, it's the first time I've ever seen this in politics. They have no control of the House, no control of the Senate, and they don't have the presidency. Yet they feel like they can say it's their way or the highway. And they feel like right now, which I think is a strategic error, because they won in Virginia, in New Jersey, and some of these local races, that the wind is in their sails right now. So they believe that the American people are going to blame the Republicans, so there's no incentive for them to reopen the government right now.
And the president says nuke it, forget the filibuster. Well, standing, we have 52 votes. Actually, we have 55 votes, so let's just do it. Now, I don't think getting rid of the filibuster is in our country's best interest, but the president's not just making it up. James Carville and Eric Holder have both said if the Democrats take power, they're going to get rid of it. They're going to go pack the Supreme Court, go from 9 to 13 judges, and they're going to look to add 2 states almost immediately. So if they do nuke it, if they do get rid of the filibuster, last time Joe Manchin and Sinema stopped it. This time Fetterman would stop it. But is there anybody else that would stop it. And would that wouldn't be enough, depending on the margin, when Democrats eventually get it. So the president said, be smart. But I also think doing the right thing is to leave it in place, to force both sides to work with the minority, or else you don't get anything passed. Want even more Fox News on YouTube? Become a Fox News Patriot today. Click join to find out how.